What bail? What bail for who? Can a murderer get bail? They took a 6-month-old.
A Western Cape mother demands justice after her 6-month-old daughter was killed in a gang-related incident. Hashtag #WeAreANC backfires. Social media users use it to embarrass the party's leaders.
And in your sport, a dominant bowling display puts the Proteas in charge of the second test against Sri Lanka.
Hello, I'm Shahan Ramkisoon. This is eNews Direct.
Hello, good evening. I am William Lahong.
To comment on our stories, you can find us on Twitter and Facebook at eNews Direct.
You can also track our main stories using the following hashtags: Matric Results 2016 and WeAreANC.
This is our top story. A young mother is fighting for her child's alleged killer to be kept behind bars. Her 6-month-old daughter was struck by a stray bullet while sitting in her father's arms outside their Ocean View home in the Western Cape. The shooting is believed to be gang-related.
6-month-old Zania Woodward was the first and only grandchild in her family, but she never made it to 2017. She was struck in the head by a stray bullet. Her mother, Cindy Woodward, never got to say goodbye, as she was on her way from work when she received the dreaded call about her baby. She broke down on Tuesday, moments after catching a glimpse of the accused at the Simonstown Magistrates Court.
He didn't cry, showed no remorse, and you know what killed me? He looked back and he looked in my face. In my face, that man looked up and looked at me in my face. And he just showed no remorse, nothing. Absolutely no feeling, nothing.
31-year-old Christopher September, who appeared briefly in court, is facing charges of murder and attempted murder. Woodward says all she wants is justice.
I just want justice. I heard the people talking about bail. The word bail. What bail? What bail for who? Can a murderer get bail? They took a 6-month-old baby. They loved their life. My daughter had so much. I had so much plans, so much. They took it. They took it from me.
The Ocean View community has been angered by the incident. Residents came out to support Woodward and her family. The case will resume next week. Archie Narsi, Simonstown.
With the anxious wait for the class of 2016 almost over, a row has erupted over the standardization of matric results. Umalusi has responded to an open letter by the Democratic Alliance. DA Member of Parliament Gavin Davis is questioning the exam watchdog's consistency. Marks for 28 subjects have been adjusted upwards, while only 4 adjusted downwards. But Umalusi is defending the practice, saying it's sound.
The impact on learner performance caused by exam-related factors other than the learner's subject knowledge, the learner's abilities, and the learner's aptitude. The standardization of examination results is necessary to take care of any variation in the standard of question papers.
The matric pass rate will be revealed tomorrow evening. You can access the results on our website from Thursday morning at 6 a.m. Log on to eNCA.com/matric 2016. The killing of 2 children over the festive season has rocked the Umlazi township. The body of a 10-year-old girl was found in a stream near her home after she disappeared on Christmas Eve. And a 12-year-old boy was struck by a stray bullet on New Year's Eve.
Community members searched for a whole week looking for Nomfundo Tsotetsi, who disappeared on Christmas Eve.
Kube kumbi ngoba yalahleka ngomhla 24 siyithumile ukuthi ayithenge airtime kwasekhamba isikhathi ke sabona ukuthi abengane ayibuye ekhaya sesihamba ke sifuna ke emgaqweni ke sibheka.
The 10-year-old's body was found in this stream 1 week later, covered in bloody blankets. In another incident, this boy was shot during New Year's Eve celebrations.
Umuntu owenza lento umuntu ongaqeqeshwe ngokwesibhamu, umuntu ongawazi umthetho okuphatha isibhamu ngoba asiboni ukuthi ngathi kujatshulwa wena ujabule ngesibhamu.
Provincial authorities say they want justice to be served and for the police to clamp down on violence against children.
We really condemn it, and we are saying the police and the law enforcement agencies must make sure that these perpetrators are found and are brought to book. And we are saying we'll be with the family whenever they go to court so that these perpetrators don't get bail.
Police are calling on community members to come forward with any information that will lead to the arrest of the suspects. Skoshangase, Umlazi, Durban.
Best you fill up your tanks before midnight. The price of fuel is going up. Drivers will cough up between 48 and 50 cents more for a litre of petrol. Diesel will rise by 39 cents, while illuminating paraffin will cost 43 cents more per litre. Those buying LP gas will fork out an additional R1.06 per kilogram. The Energy Department has blamed the hikes on oil-producing countries scaling down production. The ANC is tonight seeing red instead of black, green and gold, and it has nothing to do with the EFF. The governing party's grand social media plan to drum up support for its 105th anniversary has backfired. Tweeps are using the We Are ANC hashtag to mock its leaders.
A call to action by the ANC has taken an unexpected turn. Under the hashtag We Are ANC, supporters were encouraged to share pictures or videos of how they're promoting unity in action in their communities. Instead, some social media users use the platform to attack the party. Issues of corruption, service delivery, and other negative perceptions about the ANC dominated the campaign. According to one media expert, the hashtag was a disaster that came at a bad time.
With a hashtag like We Are ANC, with so many things left almost unresolved, that is probably why the backlash has happened, is that it's like, what are you calling us for? What do you want us to commit to? We need answers to certain things. Even, stalwarts, even hardcore ANC supporters are kind of wanting to know, what is this call to action for?
While some think the hashtag may have dented the party's image, the ANC views the situation differently.
It has gone beyond our expectation, but we can't downplay the issues that come out of the hashtag.
Were you surprised by the sort of turn it took, this hashtag?
No, we anticipated. The idea, like I said, was to get conversation going. But of course, we never expected people to say, hallelujah, amen, we love the ANC and praise the ANC.
The party's spokesperson believes the opinions expressed are reflective of the diverse views around the country. The party's official anniversary celebration takes place in Soweto on Sunday. Leranzo Temba, Johannesburg.
International news now. 2 more people have been arrested in connection with the New Year's Eve nightclub shooting in Turkey. The 2 foreigners were detained while trying to fly out of the country. 12 other suspects were nabbed yesterday. Meanwhile, officials have released more video footage which shows the suspected gunman. 39 people were killed in the attack. Several areas in Chile have been placed on red alert after at least 100 homes were damaged by a massive fire. The blaze has also injured at least 20 people and led to the evacuation of more than 400 people from the country's port city. Authorities say soaring temperatures and strong winds fanned the flames. And Mozambique's governing party and the country's long-standing guerrilla movement, Renamo, have extended their ceasefire by 2 months. Renamo's leader says this is to allow dialogue with the hope of reducing civilian deaths. Violence escalated in the southern African nation in recent years with tit-for-tat attacks between Renamo fighters and government forces.
Shahan, what do you have in social media?
Thanks, William. The President's Coordinating Council will discuss Tshwane Mayor Tsoliam Samanga's visit to Taiwan. President Jacob Zuma chairs and convenes the body, which includes provincial and local government leaders. The council has not met since the local government elections. The presidency says the meeting will discuss foreign policy coordination among government structures. And firefighters in Cape Town are battling a blaze on the Somerset West Mountains. Several wildfires swept through the area earlier today. More than 70 firefighters have been hard at work. Officials say one structure at the Valley Lodge area has been damaged. For more on these stories, you can find us on Twitter and Facebook at eNews Direct or go to our website at eNCA.com/direct. After the break, it's your business news and weather forecast. Welcome back. 2016 was a tough year for the South African economy. Low growth, rising costs and high unemployment have all affected consumers. Well, things are not likely to improve anytime soon. So here's what your wallet can expect this year.
As January becomes a more pressing reality, those Moreki and Key December Boss hashtags seem a distant memory. On Wednesday, the price of petrol goes up by 50 cents. Food prices are likely to remain high. There's a possibility of a rate hike at the Reserve Bank's Monetary Policy Committee's first meeting. And electricity price hikes are inevitable. So how are ordinary South Africans coming to terms with the financial outlook for 2017?
Well, I could be doing better if I was a better planner, I think. I think I overexerted a bit. In December, hosted a lot of people. And having children, it's now really coming on hard.
Everything's gone up. I mean, petrol, even the Uber prices have gone up, everything. So you basically have nothing to spend on. You scrape a little bit together to go here or there. That's about all you can do until you get paid.
Travel costs, because I work around and I travel a lot, and renovating my parents' home. So that's the most cost that I'm anticipating, because that is not cheap.
Apart from the December debt load, economists say consumers might feel an even tighter pinch this year.
I am pretty sure, and I do not know of any economist that is predicting 1.5% economic growth. So it seems to me as if 2017 on a per capita GDP basis is going to be another quite difficult year.
If you want to stay afloat, experts advise that you live in moderation, curb your spending and budget for everything. Lauren Rose Joseph, Johannesburg.
The markets performed today. All right, let's see how the weather is doing with Candice.
Need instant cash? Take a look on the bright side. Get a Cash Converters Sunny Day Mini Loan from 400 to 4,000 Rand, only at Cash Converters.
Welcome to the Weather Centre on Tuesday night. Dry weather continues in the west with a warmer day expected on Wednesday. In contrast, we're expecting cooler weather over the eastern parts as a high pressure ridge is in, also pushing in a large amount of cloud and the possibility of rainfall. We move into thunderstorms as we head towards the central interior, where there's also a watch for heavy rainfall, partly cloudy and dry though as we head towards the eastern Cape coastline. You'll see a cooler day throughout KwaZulu-Natal with overcast conditions and the possibility of rainfall, 22 degrees for Pietermaritzburg and Ladysmith. Thundershowers and showers are forecast mainly over the northern part of the eastern Cape, with some light rain for East London at 22 degrees, partly cloudy at 24 for Port Elizabeth. We stick in the mid-20s all the way through to Mossel Bay with a sunny Wednesday in store. Fine and warm for Hermanus at 28 degrees. A sizzling hot day for Cape Town, Langebaan and Robertson, all heading into the mid-30s. We keep in the mid-30s as we head towards Springbok and Calvinia, with thundershowers expected over the eastern half of the northern Cape, cloudy and wet as we head towards the Free State with a cool day, 23 degrees for Bloemfontein, and you'll see highs in the upper teens over the eastern part of the province. Mostly cloudy with isolated thundershowers throughout the northwest with most highs in the mid-20s. You'll see cloudy weather and rainfall pushing in over the northeastern part of Limpopo. Highs head into the mid-20s for Polokwane and Zanin. Cloudy with the possibility of rainfall for Bombela and Skokuza, with overcast conditions and thundershowers as we head towards a Highveld. Highs head into the upper teens and lower 20s on Wednesday afternoon. A cooler day for Gauteng with a large amounts of cloud and up to a 60% chance of thundershowers. 22 for Johannesburg and Soweto and Pretoria at 24 degrees. On Thursday, we're expecting thundershowers from Uppington all the way through to the east coast with some rainfall in the south, mostly cloudy but dry in the northeast with things remaining dry all the way through to Friday. On Friday, you'll see cloudy, wet and cool weather over the central parts with some cooler weather along the east coast and rainfall in the south. That's all from the Weather Centre for now. Have a great night.
Brighten your day with a Cash Converters Sunny Day Mini Loan. Come in store and we'll put instant cash right in your pocket. Only at Cash Converters.
After the break, a Durban museum raises awareness about human rights in a calendar. A Durban museum is using 2017 to shine the spotlight on human rights in South Africa.
The Pansi Museum has released its annual calendar, which uses art to highlight different themes in society.
It's not just a timeline for the year ahead. This calendar is also a throwback to some of the most important human rights milestones in South Africa's history.
When freedom came, or even before freedom came, when things loosened up, David McCoy Mason and the Law Department at university negotiated with them whether they could paint the international human rights onto the wall, interpreted by artists in Durban.
The 2017 Human Rights Mural Calendar features work that was painted in 1992 and 1994 on the east and south walls of the former prison. They've since been painted over, leaving just one wall, which is an interpretation of the Constitution. Mikula says the calendar pays tribute to all the artists who transform the streets of Durban with paint.
They're great artworks, and it's very nice to see how dynamic they are and how they jump around. But it's really only when you look at those things, when you focus on those things and you question, what did this right do for me? What did the right of freedom of movement, for instance, do to the city? Why was that right not followed up by the other right that actually said we must provide housing or jobs or education that will actually make it easier? So it's a good time to focus on those sort of things and say, are there other rights that we need?
The museum's also launched a human rights art and essay competition for pupils in the province. It's aimed at getting the youth to illustrate their vision and understanding of human rights. Judith Tsubin, Durban.
Here's a reminder of our top stories before we go.
What bail? What bail for who? Can a murderer get bail? They took a 6-month-old.
A Western Cape mother demands justice after her 6-month-old daughter was killed in a gang-related incident. And that's a wrap from the eNews Direct team.
Until next time, good night.